Hello, everybody. Here I am again. It's morning for me. It's a short after 11, and I'm here to do another live because Anna, one of my friends, she challenged myself and Ipek during a call last week to do 5 lives on 5 days on 5 topics, which means we have to have fun for 5 times as well. And yesterday, one of our friends, Colleen, joined as well. So now it's the 4 of us that are doing 5 lives on 5 topics on 5 days. And today is my second one. Today, I'd like to talk to you about the fact that nobody knows you the way you know yourself. And for some people, that's been really interesting to find out that people don't actually know who they are. But then again, do you know who you are? A lot of us haven't really gone down that route to figure out who they are, which is also interesting. But when you really think about it, other people, they see you in a way that you present yourself, the way you behave, the way you are when you're with them. And that's all they ever know. They'll never know what goes on in your mind. The way you present yourself is also different towards different people. It depends on the interactions you have with them. It depends on how many people are there. You're frequently also different in groups as you are one-on-one. So most of your friends have probably realized that when you're with them in a group. I go to a homemade group with my kids. And when I'm with one of my friends from that group at their house, I'm somewhat different. And so are they than when we were in the group, because in the group, we stick to the cultural rules of the group, basically. You know, there's these unwritten rules of how you have to behave in a group setting. So we're different, somewhat different people there. So I want to tell you a story about that, a story that I found quite interesting to think about once I'd read it. And it goes like this. You're going to the cinema to watch the film about your life, the film in which you are portrayed the best. So you get your drink and the popcorn out, and you go sit down. At this point, you are the only person in the cinema. It's completely empty, but you sit down and you watch. The film starts, and there you are, completely the way you are, totally the way you know yourself to be. Same hair, same clothing, same behavior, just literally the way you are, the way you're skipping, the way you play in a playground if you get the chance, the way you just sit down, however you do it, the way you do your makeup, doesn't matter, exactly. And then your mum gets invited to come in. And as she walks in, the film changes. You see things happening that you don't think are the way you are. But this is exactly the way your mum recognizes you as being you. So you're left in a bit of a surprise. And then the film stops and you get a bit of time to talk about how you feel that she sees you differently than the way you think you are. And this is a little bit of an interesting conversation because your mum has this thing, but you know, this is the way I know you. This is how you've always been. You have this thing of, but no, I think. So sometimes people even think that your opinions are different than what you think they are. You don't get long, so the film continues when your dad walks in and the film changes again. And you have this thing of, what on earth? This is really different than the way I see me. But your dad's totally having this thing, yep, this is you. And then after that little bit of film, the 3 of you get some time to talk about it. And your mum doesn't agree with your dad either, because you don't agree, your mum doesn't agree. So all 3 of you see you differently. Your dad has certain ideas about you, your mum has certain ideas about you. And you have this thing, no, that's not me. You guys don't know me. So this makes you really wonder. And it makes your mum and dad wonder as well. And then your grandfather walks in, and again the film changes. Again, you see things happening that you really do not recognize as you, but your grandfather totally recognizes you in that. And after that short bit of film, you get again some time to talk, and the 4 of you talk about the things. And, you talk about the differences. Everybody really does see you differently. And you realize that nobody really knows you the way you do. You wonder whether what they see is you, or whether they have the wrong image of you. But do they? Or do they just have the image of the you that you have presented to them? You know, people get a different picture. When you meet a stranger in the road, they'll have a very different picture of who you are than you do. You know, when I go to the gym, people think I'm a health nut at times. Oh, I sort of am, but not the way they think, because they have a different view on what is healthy than I do. So, in their picture, when I go to the gym and I talk about nutrition and health and stuff like that, they put that into what is their world. And in their world, a healthy piece of nutrition could be you're not allowed to eat eggs. In my world, eggs are healthy. So it's a different picture because they link what the words that they've heard or the pictures that they get about you to what is in their world. And that's why everybody will always see you different because they start within their own world. Their world is their starting point. Your world is your starting point. So whatever you think about someone else is also not exactly correct because you do not know their world, you don't know their thoughts, you don't know their feelings, you know yours. What do you think about that? How does that feel for you? Let me know in the comments. I'm really curious what you think of after listening to this. What you know, whether that's helped you in any way, whether that's made you think. What comments do you have? Let me know. See you tomorrow again. Bye.